gonna test out this new segment called Rapidfire Roundup. Pew 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 pew. Because there's been quite a few random topics that have come up in the headlines, and so we're gonna just try to get through them at least like less than 5 minutes each on each
do
one.
it.
Or even,
Or
shorter. Or shorter. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna just quickly touch on Bradley Cooper.
Okay, so time on the clock. Ready, set, go. Bradley Cooper, I realize he is on the prowl for his Oscar, which he's not going to get because Cillian Murphy's going to win for the film Maestro. Now I realize where these quotes are all coming from. It is from a Dax Shepard interview, which is everything you need to know about the context in what these next quotes are about to be said. But in saying that, in fairness to Mr. Cooper, I think if it's two bros having a conversation in real time about the things that bother him, I'm all for it. It's just that you can't say this shit out that may be taken out of context.
You gotta filter it a bit, bro.
Example number 1, according to Discussing Film, Bradley Cooper says he struggled to connect with his daughter when she was born, but eventually grew to adore her. The first 8 months, I don't even know if I really love this kid. It's dope. I'm watching this thing morph. Fascinated by it. Love taking care of it, but would I die if someone came in with a gun? Discuss.
It's him being real.
Of course, like the snippet that has been taken out has been done so for some pretty what the F reaction.
It's completely out of context. That's why when I found it, I'm like, oh, this makes complete sense now.
And even you sent it to me like, he's lost it.
Like, what is he on about? This is not how you campaign for an Oscar. Not that you have any chance of winning anyway.
Yeah, like take the L, man. My show, you tried it so hard to be Oscar bait, but it's not going to. Like, we'll talk about Oscars, like, when it gets closer. But as someone who has seen at least 9 out of 10 of the best pictures, like, Maestro just doesn't look any as strong as the other movies.
We have yet to watch that, eh?
I have no
it's
plans
on
on
Netflix.
watching it. I have no plans on watching it.
All right, next. All right, awesome. Okay, next one. Wow, you did that in 2 minutes. Okay. All right.
Oh, I was aiming for a minute anyway.
Okay, that's still good. Okay, next one. Jumping quickly back into tennis. Sports for tennis. So over the weekend, there was the semifinals for the Dubai tournament. And so unfortunately, our boy Rublev.
Is he our boy?
Well, yeah. After showing open,
he's our boy.
You guys officially took him in along with because we
his hair. Think of the hair. Remember the hair?
I'm back. I'm back.
Yes.
I'm back.
Because we like Medvedev, and so of course Rublev has come into the fold. So during the semis,
only Russians we approve.
during the semis, Rublev was playing against Alexander Bublik, and it went to 3 sets, and unfortunately, I think it was at 5-4. There was a call of the ball that Rublev got very angry about, and because the ball was out, and he ended up approaching the linesperson.
No.
Oh no!
And essentially shouting in their face.
But did he say the F-bomb? Because that's what he's been accused of saying, right?
Well, see, there's like footage. There's footage, like people are trying to figure out the footage or trying to get the audio. Because essentially people were just saying like, oh, moron and all that.
Yeah.
And then essentially the linesperson went up to the umpire, or the umpire essentially said, all right, you're disqualified from the match. And they ended it. And so Rublev left the court and they finished that match. So Bublik went to the final just by that disqualification.
That's fair, man. You can't do that. That's just outright bullying. Like, you need to yell at your racket. Like, hit your own head if you want to do it with it. You just can't abuse people.
Essentially,
I think good on the whatever, who's the organizer.
Essentially, given of course, Rublev has a nice guy reputation off court. He's a great personality off court. Yeah. He just has again this issue on court.
He can't contain.
You can't do it.
The rage,
yeah.
yes, which is unfortunate. He really has to rethink about this, and it's interesting because some players sided with Rublev, like Bublik and Fokina, who were talking about that the linesperson should have been able to see that it was out because apparently this was the 3rd time
that's independent
that they didn't call it correctly, and so but then again, it does come down to Rublev. He should have not reacted that way.
No.
You never shout at someone's face.
Every
no
day,
matter what he said, you don't get in someone's face.
Every day
like
is a learning opportunity.
Exactly.
You guys gotta, be better.
Okay. All right. Final topic. That one was 3 minutes. Here we go. I'm sure a lot of people, especially on Twitter, have heard about the Willy Wonka Glasgow experience.
Let's go. What is it you say? Basically, it is of the back of, I guess, Willy Wonka, the recent movie and whatnot. A company in Glasgow wanted to create a Willy Wonka experience where, ideally children would, kind of walk through, like those like if you go to a bloody what did they call them?
Immersive experience.
Yeah, like you walk in and then things pop up,
Fun
or
house,
it's a
small world.
Yeah, that's the one. Thank you. After all that stuff, right? Now, first and foremost, the website, which is still up at the moment, has been ripped apart on Twitter or X, whatever it is, because of the AI generated posters and advertising that was placed upon it. And I quote, enchanting entertainment, I'm not making this up, catgasting live performances, Karchi tons, exarsadre lollipops, a pasadise of sweet teats. I'm not joking. And I've also gone on to see, I guess, like what other stuff that they've got on. They've got the Twilight Tunnel, which has got lightning, dim tight, diffractions.
What is going on here?
Vive view sound, unrivaled and pretty, expected twits.
Is that deliberate?
I am not messing with you. This is all AI generated, and this was on the website. So then, the kids, they bought the tickets, and literally the only way that I can explain this in the small amount of time possible is if you go there and it's like a Breaking Bad / Always Sunny in Philadelphia mashup of an experience where it's like really, really poor form version of, if you're trying to create like an Oompa Loompa and it's just this person with literal green, I think it's green, like paint that they got, and then the wig, and they just look really unhappy. We'll put some photos in the edit. It's just absolutely wild.
And parents were so outraged they called the police. Because they essentially called it was a crack den.
This is like, that's it. What am I trying to say here now? What's the Firefest? It's kind of like the equivalent of Firefest. That's what it is.
But for kids that were expecting Willy Wonka.
That was a good day out.
And it's just essentially the internet just got really invested in it. To the point that the actors of the experience were interviewed on TV in relation to it. It's nuts.
Check it out if you're in Glasgow.
A pasadise of sweet teats.